Hi all, welcome to the Season 1 guide for FIFA 22. Massive thanks to the EA Creator Network for allowing this opportunity to happen. EA just helping out massively, so definitely a big boost in showing you what you can unlock early on in FIFA 22. Best advice, as well as we'll cover for early access and start of FIFA 22, where best to go. I've tweeted out as well, so smash likes always much appreciated. Sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter, G is a legend. All links are down below for posts on the channel and social media links as always. As you can see, folks, we have 56 days to tackle this season. Obviously tonight is the 20th of September. So we have a number of loan cards, usual packs that unlock, boosts, tifos, themes, all that kind of good stuff. So obviously, the one thing I'm quite pleased is that there's no 75 rated rare player packs like we saw commonly last year, which drove us mad. I know people say like, oh, level 15 there's no actual card to unlock, which I know people moan at, but we don't, like, that's been like that I think every season so far for like FIFA 2021, 22, so it's not going to change. So it's like, if it means season 2 is when we get our first, like, say 82 or 83 rated card, that is fine. Like usually when it was FIFA 20, I practically got level 30 every season, and I'm pretty much doing it as quick as possible. Usually looking at it, you can get it roughly at earliest week 3, like near the end of week 3 going into week 4. All depends on player objectives and so forth throughout the week. Same for like the team's objective, that kind of helps a little bit. You've got to sit down and kind of work out how much XP there is for everything. But in terms of the players, all three are a bit of a letdown, but I think that's because we do expect better, and especially as it is 56 days. You've got to factor in between now and basically 2 months from now, will any of these cards be usable? Davidson is the first option, 84 rated, 87 pace, 83 shots, 78 passing, 87 dribbling, 48 defending, 79 physical. Looks half decent, namely in the dribbling department, but he'll be like one of the best in the Turkish league regardless. One of the better Brazilians, and that's about it really. But he's not going to cut it to like a higher level, because he is the type of player that you never know could go and get an inform or two by the time this unlocks. That's what's commonly happened in the past. Usually whoever we end up seeing is like storyline cards. We've seen it with Aspas, we've seen it with Romagnoli. Players get themselves a storyline card and they end up with an inform or two that just kind of nullifies the storyline card, and we just take it from there. But he's a nice card regardless. Like Gustavo Bou, just bog standard striker. He's not going to cut it unless you're trying to build a best possible MLS team or even Argentina. Like, he's not going to be as good as Lautaro. He's like a discount version of him. He's going to be slightly better than Higuain. Yes, he'll have better pace than Aguero, but I think most people, Argentinian striker wise, will probably rather lean towards Lautaro, if I'm honest. Like, he looks bang average really, nothing screams out amazing with him. Like the 96 shot power, if anything, so you'd maybe put a hunter on him just to help him out, but that is really where I would go with the card, if I'm honest. Like, yes, he's 4-4, but doesn't scream usable to me. Now Pedro Porro kind of does, and I'll tell you why. Yes, he's 84 rated, he's got 85 pace, 74 passing, 77 dribbling, 83 dribbling, 78 defending, 80 physical. He's a well-rounded card, depending how you set your team up. If you're namely like a Spanish right back, he, like, say like you've got Laporte for example at centre back, and depending who your midfield is, he would tick a few boxes with a shadow. Like, yes, he's in not the strongest of leagues, but he looks usable, at least in my opinion. I would say, if I was to be honest, he's the type of player that can attack but defend as well, and like, that's where shadow will come useful. Like the 81 acceleration, yes, he will be slow to get up to speed right away. 3-star does go against him, and he is 5'9" and high. If I was to pick any of the three, I would go Pedro Porro. Just feels like he has a bit more longevity about him. Now, objectives, all the usual straightforward stuff for like daily objectives: week 1 bronze, play online, score battle, transfer market. They're all kind of the academic stuff. Obviously, pretty much does what it says on the tin, like welcome to friendlies, co-op and conquer, live foot friendlies, rivals, slightly changed rivals I think this year, adding in reach Div 8, Div 5, Div 3 and Elite Division, and obviously you get decent XP regardless for that. If you're really good at the game, you can rack up that you could rack up that XP in next in no time. And obviously week 1 silver, gold, Team Hullet, Team Zidane, and then obviously Team Kaka for their respective things. Obviously icon battles, it says it there as well. I'll quickly show you that just so you know what to. But of course with the team objective as well, you can get yourself the an extra pack if you complete everything. Now, as I've said on Twitter, and I'll say it again, it's worth combining everything, like the objective guide. Go through it as you see fit in terms of each milestone. My best advice for tackling everything is look at like finishing mastery, assist mastery, and if I was honest, bronze and silver squad with a bit of the first owner stuff. Now the reason why I say that is because there's 16 packs in total you can get from it, plus obviously the group reward for silver and bronze, which would put it to 18, so that's 250k packs. It is varying packs of value, but it is before you factor in squad battles, rivals and co-op for their respective milestone packs, or even the season progress items, because remember, just from playing the game you'll be able to unlock stuff within the objectives, so keep that in mind. Best advice is maybe even doing it on rage quits. So maybe say your first like depending on how you want to go about it, if you're obviously where it says score 100 finesse goals or 200 goals if players rated 80 plus, if you've got a mate that you're doing it with, just try and get the goals out the road first. That way you're tackling the do like an assist with a mid, like say because obviously it says 100 assists with mids rated 75 plus, or an assist with an 85 rated player. That's where your loan card could prove quite useful in 10 separate matches. What you want to then do is get that ticked off, but with your 100 assists with mids rated 75 plus, make sure that you're passing to your 80 plus player who can finesse it, and that way you're getting the finesse goal, you're scoring with an 80 plus player, and you're getting assists with a 75 plus rated mid. That way you're ticking off 3 objectives out the box while scoring 50 goals into the bargain, and before you know it you've ticked off 50 goals, 2 goals in 10 matches, scoring 100 finesse, 200 goals with 80 plus rated players, 25 assists with goal players even, assist with an 85 rated player in 10 separate matches, 100 assists with 75 rated mids, and that ticks you right out the equation right away, because you'd rather give yourself 7 extra packs without doing too much. And then obviously when you do the bronze and silver squad stuff, do that with a mate, do rage quits, just basically score and quit. That is literally all you want to do. And because it's score for bronze in 10 separate matches, and it's an all bronze squad that you're needing to do for 15 matches, as I say, just score with the bronze and quit. Best advice is once you've done the bronze, do the silver, fly through it. Gets you 5 easy packs, especially when you get a 50k pack as the group reward, and you're getting 30 to 40k worth of packs in total with it, because you're getting a gold pack, you get a small gold players pack which is roughly another 5k, then a 2 rare gold players pack which has roughly about 1500 coin value, and then a premium gold players pack which is a 25k pack. So if you factor that in, that's just over 35k. We'll say 36, I just said 30 to 40k, because everyone will value a small gold players pack differently, even though it's mainly because of the contents. That's usually what it comes down to, and that's the way you look at that. If you breeze past it pretty much quickly before you know it. And then when you tackle like the foundations as well through it, because I've done a little bit of it just to get initially started, because obviously once you load up the game you've initially got to do initial things like sort your chem out and sort your starting 11 out, so you tick off quite a few initial things. But obviously for actual gameplay, when you're having to play the game, it's going to take a bit more time. But before you know it, if you, as I say, get a mate, tackle the 16 objectives that I've mentioned, it will get you 18 packs in total. And then if you've still got plenty of time to work with, tackle the same kind of ones for squad battles or rivals, depending on what one you want to use more time for. If you want to balance them both out, then go for it. Depends what you feel is most applicable to yourself. Hopefully you find all of what I've said useful, folks. Let me know in the comments below who you're going to go for like loan cards and objective stuff and all that kind of good stuff, and what approach you're going to take for FIFA 22 this year. So hopefully you find this useful. Cheers again to the EA Creators Network for this opportunity. Smash like always, sub to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you all later.